Then some T cells start their journey and migrate to other tissues. Once there, the cytotoxic T cells scan other cells with their receptors to look for cells that have the specific antigen on their surface. If they find their antigen on a cell, they know that a pathogen, for example, is in the cell. The cytotoxic T cells begin to induce apoptosis. The cell's debris are eventually eaten by macrophages and new cells form. There are not only cytotoxic T cells, but others as well. T helper cells, memory T cells, regulatory T cells, and others. T helper cells work hand in hand with B cells. B cells possess receptors like T cells. Like T cells, B cells also originate in the bone marrow. They then search for their specific antigen in the lymphatic system or in the bloodstream. If the B cell finds its antigen with its receptors, either activation occurs immediately or the B cell moves into the lymphoid tissue where T helper cells wait. T helper cells, as we've seen before, were also trained for one specific antigen. For this reason, the B cell presents its antigen on the surface. This allows the T cell with its receptors to scan the B cell. If it is the antigen for which the T cell has been trained, it gives the starting signal for the division and maturation of the B cell. As with T cells, clonal expansion occurs. Thus, thousands of new B cells or plasmablasts and plasma cells are generated from a single B cell. Memory B cells are also produced, which will spring into action in the event of another subsequent infection. During acute infection, plasmablasts and plasma cells immediately begin to produce antibodies, and they release these antibodies into the bloodstream. Antibodies are also often called immunoglobulins. If the toxin, the bacterium, the antigen is in the blood, the antibody just produced by the plasma cell can bind to it. In this way, for example, a toxin can be rendered harmless and an antigen can be marked so that macrophages can recognize it more easily and phagocytize it more quickly. This process is called opsonization. All immune cells have a stem cell as their origin. It develops into progenitor cells and eventually into the immune cells just shown. Other important immune cells are natural killer cells and platelets. Platelets, also known as thrombocytes, originate in the bone marrow from megakaryocytes. Megakaryocytes have pseudopodia that extend into blood vessels of the bone marrow. It is through these pseudopodia that platelets are emitted into circulation. One megakaryocyte can produce 1,000 to 3,000 platelets. This process is called thrombopoiesis. The platelets move through the blood vessels of the body. If injury to a blood vessel occurs, hemostasis begins. The platelets adhere first to the collagen fibers of the connective tissue and eventually adhere to one another. This results in a quite fragile platelet plug, which prevents the blood from escaping. Eventually, fibrin strands form on the platelets, which ensures a stronger plug, and it will bind more platelets and red blood cells. Thus, a strong clot is formed.